Yeah, yeah, we will.
Um, Meatloaf.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Talking to the Media. It's your home for entertainment news by fans for fans. I am your host, Chris Fagan, and joining me on a mother effing Thursday. Been a long time since we pulled off a Thursday show, but I'm happy we're doing it. Is the one and only Jameson. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Happy to be here with you.
And if you guys can't already tell that we're what the main topic is, I already got it on full display for us to talk about. But guys, we're going to run down some topics real quick, and that I just came across and that I shocked Jameson with. I was like, "Hey, you want to talk about urination?" He was like, "I beg your pardon," but hey, you know, it's a Thursday. Like I said, hey, it's one day closer to the weekend. It's gonna get weird, but I don't know if
that's what everybody here is here for.
That's what I mean, dude. I saw this for the first time on TikTok, and I covered it. And I know how TikTok is all sensitive. They claim that they're trying to like have a clean platform, but you know what's going on there. So I covered it. I censored it, and the reason why you couldn't find it, because I remember you said you were looking for it on TikTok. It got pulled for community guidelines violation, even though I blocked everything, and I made sure not to use any words that would be too hot for TikTok, but they still blocked it, probably because of what the subject matter was on. But I looked up other people's, and other people's is still up. So maybe I showed too much of the video, even though I blurred out or blocked the money shot. But hey, it is what it is. Twitter allowed me to play it uncensored. So I'm glad you guys are out there enjoying, like, thousands and thousands of views on my TikTok account. Never gets that many views, but let a woman pee on a guy's head, and hey, all of a sudden everybody knows who Talking to the Media is. So that's pretty cool. But you didn't know about this story until I brought it up to you for the first time?
No. I'd seen the video like a couple days ago, but I didn't know who. I saw the video and I was like, "What the hell is this?" But I didn't know. I'd never heard of them before.
Me neither.
Her, I didn't, so I didn't know anything about the band until this story. I'm sure this is good. I'm sure they're getting a lot more fame than they had before.
Yeah.
If nothing else. She did. I don't know if did you watch her apology video?
No, yeah, that's what I was gonna read it and go over that. That was the update that I wanted to talk about. I talked about it briefly on social media. I uploaded it here on the channel and everything as its own video, and but I never really talked about it. Like, I didn't talk about it yesterday, for example, on the live show. So this is the first time I'm really like diving into it. And I'll bring that up. So yeah, just like Jameson said, that there was a follow-up. I could try to pull it, but I don't want to disrupt what's going on here. But I have it saved on my phone real quick. There was an apology that she gave. I'll read it out real quick. So if you don't know, the lead singer of the band is it Sophia? Urista, and this was her official apology, or a statement, or a response. Let's. I don't know if it's an apology. Let me see for the first time. I'm gonna read it for the first time here. It goes, "Hey everyone, I wanted to speak on my performance at Rockville Metal Festival in Daytona." Urista wrote in an Instagram post Tuesday, "I have always pushed the limits in music and on stage." And she was pushing. That night, I pushed the limit too far.
High pressure.
I'll get into that later. I love my family, the band, and the fans more than anything. And I know that some or were hurt or offended by what I did. I apologize to them and want them to know that I didn't mean to hurt them. I am not a shock artist. I always want to put the music first. I'm grateful for all of your continued love and support. Like, hey, look, dude, when I saw that, I immediately thought shock artist. I'm like, I mean, at the end of the day, even if she doesn't feel like she is one, if this was just a one-time thing or just a spur of the moment kind of thing, the bell can't be unrung. And I'm sorry, I feel like for the rest of her career or the band's career, whenever it's brought up about brass against, it's always going to be the situation first. What about you?
Oh yeah. They're gonna be known as, oh, you're that band that peed on the fan.
The band that peed on the fan.
Because like I said, I didn't know anything about them before.
Right.
I mean, maybe they have a big following. Me personally, I'd never heard of them, and I think from the stuff I listened to, they had like a Tool cover. I don't know if the song they were playing at the time was a cover or their own original. To me, it sounded like a Rage Against the Machine kind of thing, but with trumpets. So I think that's kind of their thing. But I mean, there's not like too many super famous cover bands out there. So I mean, I think, like I said, if nothing else,
do you know any cover bands? Like, what's your favorite cover band that's out there?
I mean, I don't have one, you know.
I got one, and I'm surprised. It was was one of those wasn't an SNL movie? What's his name? Will Ferrell movies. The one where he was at a wedding and he was dancing. It was a band called, because it was so funny, I looked them up. It was a wedding singing a scene where they were dancing at a wedding, and the band was it was called the Dan Band, and it
was an actual band.
They hired a real band.
Oh, okay,
and the guy, I forgot the actor that hired him or the producer that hired him. He saw them it was a legit situation. The Dan Band was at a wedding. They were playing at a wedding, and a producer was there or a writer there or something like that, and he went up to the leader, the leader of the group, Dan, I guess, and he says, "Why did you curse on that song? That the song was, you know, that song goes, turn around every now and then I get a little excited, and then I see that fucking look in your eyes." And he's like, "Why did you do that?" And he's like, and his legit answer was, "I don't know. It's not that something I plan to do, but when I'm feeling it, I just do it." It's just, and the dude loved it so much.
Artist, right?
But for real, and he loved it so much, he got put in a couple of movies. Even a movie that an actor that we're about to talk about later starred in. I said it was Starsky and Hutch. He was in that as well. He was in a couple. The Dan Band was in a couple of movies, but that's what they're known for. They do a lot of live shows, and they wanted them to sing those songs, and all the songs that they sing that don't have explicit lyrics. They wait for him to throw all that F-bomb or whatever, that pop, and it always it's dude. Go look up the Dan Band. It is hilarious, and they're good. And that's not just about the shock value. They are good, and they got famous for the right reasons, because they were they're a legit band, but they were also funny, and they're good humored guys, and they got popular for quote unquote the right reason, even though they were cursing, but still kind of for the right reasons. But like we were saying earlier, this is gonna stick for the wrong reasons. And I looked her up. What do you think about their talent? Did you watch the video of them? Right?
I didn't see enough of them. I mean, they seem talented enough.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I don't have a favorite cover band, but I like cover bands. There's a lot of really good ones. And I love when I go somewhere and I see someone who can, even if it's just karaoke and you got someone who can nail it. It's not their song, but they're making it their song.
Yeah, we went to a karaoke event one time before, didn't we? Was that you? Was that you interrupting me while I was trying to sing? Or was it somebody else? I remember I was singing a Maroon 5 song, and somebody was trying to put money in my G string. I think that was you, if I remember correctly. I don't know. It was so hazy.
Sounds like something I would do. But the thing that disappointed me about this is the fact that she issued an apology.
Right. It's not rock and roll.
Yeah, because right before this, I was brushing up on my Tommy Lee stuff, and I mean, you think about like the old rock and roll bands like Motley Crue, Led Zeppelin, like any of the AC/DC, just like Ozzy Osbourne. Like, did Ozzy Osbourne ever apologize for any of the shit he did?
Yeah, would Courtney Love have apologized? No.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason why you respected them, because it's almost like a guy who does gangster rap, right? And then you find out he's not really from the hood. He loses some of that street.
Yeah,
cred.
if he's claiming all that, oh, he could lose more than that. He could lose his life.
He's rapping about like, oh,
like shit that he doesn't know anything about,
yeah,
right?
And then it's like, oh, he's not hard. He's never shot anybody, And it's like rock and roll's the same thing. It's like these guys, if they're singing about rocking and partying and all this stuff, and they're not really, really doing that stuff, and it's like, okay, they're kind of pumping, so it's like she does something on stage that's like, oh shit, this is hardcore. Like she's
like, is this going to be a thing? Do I need tickets?
Yeah.
Do I need tickets?
Yeah, no, and so but then afterwards she issued an apology video. I'm like, that's stupid. Just own it. Just own, like be rock and roll and own it. Like it's not like she went out and sexually assaulted somebody, right? Like,
I mean,
the dude
I
was
mean,
obviously
they were into it, and then and that you bring up a good point, because that harps on like a lot of things that used to happen. Like, I forgot what artist it was. Maybe it was R. Kelly. I don't know. Maybe it was Usher. One of them. It was an artist that got in trouble a couple years ago because one of the things that they would do, maybe it was R. Kelly, like they would bring a lady up on stage to like do like a duet, like a sex sing to her, to I'm sorry, I got the logo going again. They would sing to her while, and since it was like a sexual song, like they would do like a sit her down on a chair and like do a striptease kind of a thing while singing to her and stuff. But then one time, one of the girls that got that show turned out to be like 15 or 16 years old and stuff like this. So like you're not thinking about it in the moment. Let's get a lady up on stage and I'm going to sing to you and I'm going to dance and freak on you and all this stuff, singing all this stuff.
But we need to see your ID.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to stop and do that in the moment. Right. And then but the second it happened, that was like, I'm pretty sure now it's like, are you a consenting adult? Will you sign all these NDAs and all that stuff? Right. And I'm sure it's going to go down like that. But it's like,
I mean, but that guy was clearly not a teenager.
Right. Oh yeah, clearly.
If he is, he's got some.
That's a Scooby-Doo mask or something, dude.
Some scientific study should be done on him.
But it brought that. I brought that point up. Like, if that was I think I brought it up a little bit yesterday when I talked about it briefly. If that was a man and did that to a fan,
peeing on
it wouldn't have mattered. If it wasn't, she would have been like a 99 years old. It'd be like, oh, that's assault. That's disgusting. I mean, we would be having a totally different response. It would be a totally different response. Yeah, of course.
Which is kind of. But here's the thing. Nowadays, yeah. But yeah, I mean, if that happened back in the 70s or 80s,
the church would have came out.
Well, no, I mean,
but it would have been rock and roll.
Yeah, that's fucking metal.
That's metal, dude. Like, who doesn't pee on somebody, man? Yeah. I mean, you come to the party, you get a little tinkle. What are you gonna do? What am I supposed to do? Not pee? Like,
yeah. So I was personally disappointed that she
apologized.
I'm like, just own it. Just be like if you're gonna cover, if you want to be rock and roll like that, be rock and roll, man. Like
go for it. Own it. Like, okay, so right here on this article from on Yahoo Entertainment, the post. Let's see. Let me go to the next paragraph. The old adage, "There's no such thing as bad press," apparently doesn't apply when you intentionally urinate on a fan's face in the middle of a festival performance. At least that seems to be the case for Brass Against.
And nobody's ever gonna forget this concert. It's gonna be like, man, were you there at that concert? Like,
I can feel it now. Oh, it reminds me of what was that? Of American Pie, when Stifler thought that he was getting champagne poured on him. I could taste the bubbles. Oh God, it was like, that's what it reminds me of, dude. Like, oh my God, he didn't know he was getting his head peed on. He goes, at least it seems to be the case for Brass Against and their singer Sophia Urista, who on Tuesday night issued yet another apology because the day after it happened, an apology came from like the band's official account, and I thought that was and I thought that was enough. The band gave an official apology saying like we're sorry that this happened. This wasn't planned. It was and we guarantee you that it will never happen again. And I thought that would be enough. Okay, you didn't own it, you're getting pushback from it. Maybe the pushback was scaring you, and you don't want this to be on the band, on the brand. So the brand issues an apology, but now it's apology after an apology. Now it's like, I think they're starting to feel the hurt. Maybe they lost gigs. Maybe they lost.
Well, they already got banned from the NASCAR thing, and so yeah, it's. I mean, this is just. Honestly, I just think this is some corporate America bullshit. Like where the corporation, you get the hurt from you get the people crying, oh, I'm offended on the bottom, and then the corporations are like, oh, we can't take any risks, so we got to have everybody blah blah blah. They're gonna try and make everybody live like they're in the military, and be like, well, we can't have any nothing that offends anybody, and so
I'm sure the people that
we're gonna cancel all these shows instead of being like, like this is probably getting them more fans. They're probably going to be more famous after.
I know who she is now.
Yeah. So like just basic. If you want to be just a basic capitalist society, supply and demand, their demand has probably gone up, right? But now they got to issue apologies and all this stuff because the corporations and the venues and stuff are going to be like, oh well, we have to whatever. Yeah,
but I'll push back on that against you. I'll use your same argument. Let's go back and forth on the court in the courtroom real quick. Let's what I like to call the judgment of character. The judgment of characters. That's an upcoming skit that's coming to the channel. I've done it once on TikTok, but I'm gonna do more of that. So let's put Sophia on the stand real quick. So I'm gonna push back against that a little bit with your argument with this capitalistic society. Isn't it a capitalistic thing, and the true definition of capitalism that the other sponsors have to protect themselves? Hey, like this is not what our customers are signing up for when they see that we sponsoring this. They signed up to see us sponsoring and co-signing a rock show where the agreement was you get up on stage, you sing your song, everybody's having a great time, you put on a good show, and then all of a sudden Coca-Cola's like, remember to drink Coca-Cola. Now Coca-Cola wouldn't want to be like, hey, this soft drink endorses this artist. Here's the bad thing about it. That same guy, there's another picture, and it's on my Twitter account. There's another picture of him or video of him before he got up on stage. He had an empty soda can glued to his forehead for whatever reason. Like, was this a gimmick? Was this planned?
Well, that was the guy they invited up, right?
Yeah, that was the guy. Like, so imagine being.
I have no idea what that's about.
Imagine being a soft drink company that was one of the sponsors, and one of the artists urinates in the mouth. Like, it's just going to be related to drinking. So it's like, you would, if you owned that company, you wouldn't, and you started feeling the backlash coming against you, even though Brass Against His fame is going up now, but your company for being a sponsor is starting to get dinged. You would probably pull a sponsorship too. I'm just saying. That's just how
I get why they do it, but at the same time, a lot of the best art we have had has been, pushing against these systems and these corporations and these big business and everything, and they're, those are some of the true classics.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff out of the 60s and 70s, and that stuff's better than a lot of the stuff coming out today, because everything now, a lot of it's just watered down in a lot of ways. It's very sensitive, and so an artist does, a rock and roll band does get up there and does something shocking, but not like illegal. It's not like anything like against the laws. I mean, other than maybe public indecency, but she's not gonna actually get charged with that.
Oh yeah, of course not. Of course, yeah. I mean, if they wanted to be petty, yeah, maybe public urination could have been the charge or something like that. But
they could have maybe.
Yeah, I'm probably. It's such a stupid thing.
Yeah, but I mean that's just my thing. It's like there's.
There's bigger crimes in the world to go, and let's be honest. The people like the sponsors and stuff that are getting all squeamish about it, half of them were probably in on it, or not in on it. I mean, into it. They were like, dude, if you ask off camera in private, or maybe in public. I don't give a damn. Sometimes did you dig it? Asking Chris Fagan, yeah. But as the face of talking through the media is, because I can't risk, the brand, right? But I'll talk about it on the show because it's entertainment news. It's what people are talking about. And real quick before I move on to the next topic, at least on social media, Urista's antics have been well received by fans. So overall, she's been getting a positive pushback. Your band should be thanking you. You'll get the attention your band deserves because the music is fantastic, wrote one Twitter user. You do you. Artistic expression should not have to be apologized for. If anyone has a problem, they need to reassess where they are in life and perhaps find something real to be offended by. I mean, it goes with that same topic about like sex workers and things like that. Like, we're punishing people and stuff for, like, we all pee. I know we don't all pee outside in public, but I mean, there's a group of people that are into it. Like, I see that on TikTok all the time. There's an ongoing trend or a joke, or maybe it's not a trend, but I've seen it a couple times where, like one person would, like a lady would do a video where she was like implying that she was in a shower with her husband or boyfriend or whatever, and they and he just went in the shower while they were there together. And at first she's shocked, and then all of a second later she's like, I guess I'm into that. like that stuff.
Like, that turned her off.
Oh yeah, it turned out like that was the joke. Like, that was the joke at the end of the TikTok. So there's an audience for it. It's
definitely a fetish.
Yeah, it's out there.
For a while, but
yeah. So like you said, you do you, Brass. I mean, hey, like I said, I know who you are now, and I can concur. She's a good singer.
Yeah. If she had done this and they were just like a shitty band, then it'd be like, okay. But the fact that they're a talented band,
yeah,
and she did something crazy on stage, for me, like, I'm like, that's cool right there. Could have left the story at that. And,
did we lose your camera?
Might have turned off.
There you go.
But then, but the fact that she issued the apology, to me, that makes her seem weak. Like, she's not as rock and roll as she,
as it came off. Because, hey, like I said, I felt maybe the official one-time apology was enough for the fans, but maybe we don't know what we don't know. Maybe there's they're losing gigs. Maybe it's time for damage control. But I feel like it's going to be a temporary hit. If the fans are digging it, or if she's getting more fans, then go underground for a little while. You might get some offers, some gigs of some sketchy situations that you might not be comfortable with for a couple of years. But I feel like after they get over this hurdle, I think this is going to be a no issue for. I think they'll be fine in the future. Oh, yeah. But they're definitely going to get some invitations to some sketchy places.
Make them stronger. Yeah.
I need you to do what you did on the Rockfest. In my private show. Like, how many people are going to be there? Just me and my cousin.
You're going to start playing a lot of shows in Dubai.
They're about to clean up.
Private parties.
All right, guys. Let us know what you guys think about that whole thing. If you become a fan of the infamous I guess instead of calling them golden showers, maybe we should call them brass showers. Brass against. Let us share your thoughts below, and maybe we'll talk about it some other time on in the future. Maybe not. Moving on real quick, and you said you heard about the situation. Let me Google it real quick. The whole Lady A versus Lady Antebellum situation.
I mean, when it first happened, I was following it and posting a bunch of stuff on Facebook about it. It was the same time that they started like tearing down statues of Confederates, and then a lot of the brands started changing, like Aunt Jemima.
Right. That was what I remember now.
And the like Land O'Lakes and the Redskins.
Yeah. Everybody.
It was the same time. Like, it seemed like all the companies were like, "Oh, we got something that offends people. We got to change it." And so, Lady Antebellum was one of those companies that, fans, but companies were like, "All right, let's do this."
Right.
But Is your screen flickering, or is that just mine?
I think it's probably on my end, but don't worry about it. Okay. Sometimes it happens. I think it might be maybe it's the internet. I don't know. I'm still got to look into why it does it, but I'll figure it out. Maybe my computer's not strong enough sometimes to handle some of this
spinach.
But yeah, I do need. But the one thing that caught my attention on this, like, the history of the word, and there's even a movie called Antebellum that's out right now that deals with like slavery and things like that. The reason why they decided to change the name, because they didn't want to be offensive to black people. Mm-hmm. So I don't buy that they didn't, when they decided to go from Lady Antebellum to Lady A, they didn't do a quick Google search just to see if that would have been cool. Everybody does that when they are coming up with the new name, especially creative types.
Or they should,
especially if they have a production team, a record label backing them. Of course, that should have been that's creative types. That's the first thing we do. We check the Google to see if anybody's using it.
Website available?
Yeah, exactly. So you can't tell me that they didn't know that this lady existed. And this is the part that I don't like. Whether they change their name or not, that's on them. Whatever backlash they get from having Antebellum or just that's on them. But they decided to change it for that reason. We don't want to be offensive to black people. So what the hell are you doing suing a black person, an artist, who legit had the name first, if you don't want to come off as offensive? That's my question.
The whole thing to me is just completely hypocritical. And I wasn't a huge Lady Antebellum fan to begin with. I mean, they have a few good songs, but I was never a huge fan. But after this, I'm totally disgusted with them and the way that they've handled this. It's like what kind of bullshit hypocrisy is this? Oh, we want to support the cause, and we want to do this, and then but we're gonna
let's take money out of the hand of this black person, and
she actually does a lot of activism in the community, and like she's not just a musician, she's also, I think, an actress, and she does a lot of like charitable work and a lot of community work and activism. So it's the most asinine, most insane thing. Like it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense for them to pick this hill to die on.
Exactly. Out of all the things in the world that we see people like double down on or stand their ground on and stuff, the copyright of a fellow artist. Let's take race out of force. I'm gonna put that to the side for a second. A fellow artist. I mean, Lil Nas X considered changing his name when it kept being associated with Nas, their other rapper named Nas. Even though Nas didn't invent the word Nas. I mean, we can take nitrous oxide, right? Like the like Fast and Furious stuff, right? I mean, but that was something that he was thinking about doing, which he didn't have to. His popularity way surpassed that the other rapper Nas, as far as fame and popularity, money and whatnot. But he still considered it. That was something he really thought about it, and I think they settled that, but maybe he gave him permission. I don't know, but he obviously didn't change the name. But this situation right here is way different. This woman had this name. It was in the business before some of these people were even born. And
been doing this for decades,
and she's gotten awards for it. And on top of that, she's what's considered like an independent artist. She never got the major record deal, probably in comparison to them. So if you want the name, if it's that important to you, I think she gave them opportunity. Buy it, like go through the proper channels. I'm not using it to the level that you guys could probably be using it, but if you want it, you're gonna have to pay for it. Because she has a point. We get shit taken from us all the time. All you really have nowadays is your name, and it's important to a lot of people. And it's important to her. I saw her in an interview. It's important to her. So I think honestly, if they really wanted it, I think she would have settled and gave it to them to them to share it.
A reasonable amount.
I think it was like $9 million or something like that. But I think that's what she's suing for now, like because of all the trouble. I think that's the lawsuit now.
Yeah, the original amount wasn't anywhere near that.
Probably wasn't anywhere near that. But now that Lady A, the original Lady A, was in a situation where like some songs that she's done recently were being pulled off of platforms because of the confusion. Oh, you're not the real Lady A. This other group that's only, that's been around for a couple of years, in comparison to your 20 plus years, they're the real Lady A. So now you're messing with her ability to earn and make money, and they're really actively going after her, her past accomplishments and her past songs, and having them squashed out in other platforms and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, Spotify, for example. I don't know, but that's insult to injury right there. It's like, what makes you think you can win this fight? But maybe they feel like they can. What the hell with the arrogance of this?
It's another example of the haves shitting all over the have-nots. It's like they already have, Lady Antebellum already has a successful career. They could change their name to just about anything.
Yeah, they could be Lady B for all we fucking care.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, like nobody really cares what their name is. Like as long as it's not super offensive,
Right.
Like, they could change it to just about anything that doesn't sound too stupid.
Yeah.
And they would still have fans. Like, they don't have to do this. So it's not a necessary thing. And if you're that creative, you can, like, this idea is taken, okay, I'll come up with something else. Like, shouldn't be that big of a deal. But the fact is, they have the money, they have the agents, they have the industry to go after this smaller artist. Put race aside, it's just like the whole... and this happens. I mean, this happens in business and stuff in history all the time.
Yeah, throughout music history. This is a big deal.
Not just even music history, but just history in general. Like it's just
appropriate cultural appropriation. There's a whole bunch of things that could be thrown into this.
But then the fact that there's that, which is frustrating, because it's like they don't have to do this. It's not going to hurt their livelihood to change their name to something else, but it's definitely going to hurt Lady A's livelihood. So there's that. But then the hypocrisy of, we're going to do it under the guise of we care about the black community and
we don't want to be offensive, and we want to show how unoffensive that we are, and how can we do this, people, by suing the shit out of this black lady who literally had the name first. There's no debate about this. What would Tony Soprano's would say? Where do you get your balls? What doing something like it? It baffles me. I could see them, like, their fan base being like, why did you change your name in the first place? You shouldn't have to bow down to that country culture crap and blah 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 and stuff like that. Like, if I could have seen them having that fight, that kind of would have made more sense to me. But to have this fight after it's like we've already pissed our fan base off by changing the name. But are we trying to make them happy by doing this to this lady? I'm trying to figure out what the motivation is and what the end game is.
Yeah, like I said, to me, it's just all of it's completely stupid, just unnecessary and hypocritical on top of it.
And then what happens when they lose?
I hope Lady A wins. I hope she gets. If it's $9 million, I hope she gets $9 million. And I hope Lady Antebellum
it'd be funny if the country group, when they heard you say, "I hope Lady A wins," they would probably step in front of the camera. Thank you. I'm glad you're supporting us. Like, no, not you. Wrong.
We're talking about the real.
Exactly the original Lady A. I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't. I'm not a lawyer, but I would be shocked if the group wins this one, and I would be shocked.
I hope they don't. I mean, if they
their strong arming is successful so far.
If they do, it'll be because they have the money and
it would suck, man.
That's just in the system.
It's just a shitty thing to do to somebody. That's just crazy.
It is. Yeah, it is. And
I mean, I
was pissed off when I first heard about it, and put on Facebook and stuff, and it still blows my mind that this is still going on, and that Lady A is still having to fight something just as ridiculous.
You originally, and that's the last thing I'll say before I move on to the next one. Your original fight was to, or your agreement was to, okay, so we can stop looking offensive. We'll change the name. So you go from a a naming of a brand offensive with an offensive name, or what you discover later is offensive to a group of people, and then been showing that you're concerned about that, to you shift from that to a more serious situation of the history of black people in the music business being taken advantage of and being ripped, and having with their talents not being compensated for equally throughout his, like Motown and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, there's a history of this, like Elvis and all that, who invented rock and roll. There's a whole history about this. So it's like, why would you move from one offensive thing to another?
It's like we're gonna try and show that we're sensitive to past issues.
Yeah.
By being completely insensitive to current issues.
Yeah, to it. Yeah, exactly. Like it's I don't know. I feel like that Price is Right sound effect should have came up after they did that. Yeah. But oh well. Yeah. They went up that little. What's that game where the guy goes up the middle? He went right over it. But now I guess I'm dating myself. Now I'm old. All right, guys. Let us know what you guys think about that. If you have any more to add on it, if your thoughts on the whole Lady A versus Lady A situation, who will win? Place your bets, and we'll talk about it some more on maybe later on. We got your mail. If anything else comes up from it. But to move on real quick to the next topic. I'm excited about this one, dude. Tommy Lee. You didn't know that was Sebastian Stan. The Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson, was it a biopic, a miniseries that we were talking about?
I didn't recognize them from Winter Soldier.
You looked up the lady playing Pam. You looked her up. Like what's she all about?
Lily James.
Mm-hmm. And Sebastian Stan.
She looks like a good Pamela Anderson in this.
Oh, really? I don't know. What else has she been in?
Did you see the trailer? Well,
I haven't watched. I want to go in fresh. I think it's available now on Hulu. Is it? I think it's already out. If it's out, because I want to go see it. But I didn't watch the trailer. Maybe I should. I don't know. Let's play it real quick.
But I mean, she's in a bunch of like Cinderella, Downton Abbey, Mamma Mia kind of stuff. Baby Driver is another one.
Oh my God, this old dude from Parks and Rec is in this.
Yeah, yeah, him and
from the producers of I, Tonya. Dude, he looks like Tommy Lee to me.
Exactly. That's why I didn't recognize him. Like, he looks just like Tommy Lee.
Hang on. Keep fast forward.
Is that?
Okay. Holy shit, that's Pamela Anderson. Yeah. Just keep
You got sound on that?
I do. You can't hear it. It's not sharing with you.
Go back.
No, not with me.
But you,
as long as the people at home
they can hear. I won't play the whole thing. But
I already watched it.
But
so I'm good.
That was what's his name? With the funny laugh, Pineapple Express.
Yeah. I'm so bad with names. I was trying to.
Dude, I know his name. What the hell? But anyway, I'm blanking on it. If you guys in the live chat, if you're watching, a couple of you guys watching.
He's one of my favorite actors.
What's his name? Like, what's his name?
I'm bad with names.
But Sebastian Stan. But he, if he's helping producing this or what? But the whole situation was shitty. Like when it first went down. Do you remember where you were when that whole story came about? It was kind of like
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Rogen.
So when. That was about the same time around when like R. Kelly tape came out and things like that, and
I mean, it was in the back in the good old days of the internet,
like early stages of the internet and stuff, and it was the tape was circulating and stuff.
Find anything.
Yes,
I didn't know. I still to this day don't think I haven't seen it.
I did. Couple times.
I mean, and especially back then.
I mean, after the show, go fire it up. Treat yourself.
Sure. Treat yourself, King.
Treat yourself, man. I remember being like, typical guy, like, oh wow, you look at boobs and look at this and look at that, and I'm thinking like, she's Pamela Anderson. She probably doesn't mind. She's gonna get famous, more famous off of this, like Kim Kardashian. They work for Kim Kardashian, right? But now, and I think this is what this biopic is going to focus on. They didn't intend for this to come out. They were I think I forgot his name again. The actor Seth Rogen is playing the friend that sneaks in his house and sees the tape and steals it, as we saw a little bit of the footage in the trailer, and is the person who betrayed the trust and put it out there. And when he realized what he had,
I didn't even know the story until I saw this trailer. Like this whole time I thought that
they leaked. You thought they leaked it?
I thought they put it on the internet. I thought
that was from day one. They talked about that.
This is one of the first like major
leaks.
Stories.
I think this was the first major like celebrity leak of its kind of a sexual nature. And they were betrayed by a person that they trusted or whatever, and the guy put it out there. Now there's laws about stuff like this. Like you can't put like an ex-girlfriend or an ex-wife pisses you off. You can't show the videos.
What was that website they used to have? So there used to be like that Hot or Not for. I think that was just for anybody in general. Did you ever see that website? So it was Hot or Not, and people would just post random pictures of girls, or girls would post them of themselves, and then people would go on there and rate them. So you'd get people with like 9s.
Rate. He said RATE.
RATE. Rate. So they, you give them like a 1 out of 10 rating,
right,
and that person's rating would be there.
The prehistoric Tinder, huh?
It wasn't Tinder because nobody was connecting with these people. It was literally just a database of pictures and people.
Is that the thing that Mark Zuckerberg invented before Facebook? Is that
no,
website?
He did something similar just in college.
Yeah.
He was at Harvard or something.
Yeah.
He did something for the people at school. But I mean, back in the day, there were tons of those websites. So there was that one. Then there was the one where you would and they got sued for it. The one where people would put pictures of their exes, nude pictures of their exes, and stories of them, and put
now that's called revenge porn and stuff like that. And that's serious. Yeah, serious charges can be.
Yeah, now you can get serious charges. But I mean, back when we were growing up, that was normal stuff on the internet.
Yeah, it was just the internet.
It was normal. It was like, okay, well, yeah, this shit's on there.
Yeah, it's
and there was a couple other ones. Like there was even Rate Your Professor, like where
I heard about stuff like that.
Chili's and stuff, and now they got rid of that. But I mean, like that's what happened. I mean, still a major part of the internet is porn.
Yeah. The major part of everything. That's the cornerstone of the entertainment business.
I mean, but like if you just look at statistics on internet usage, like that's over half or like 60% of why people are on the internet at any given time is looking at porn.
Pornography.
Like you go back to the olden days before you had all these laws, and it's like that was it was like the wild west of porn, and it wasn't just people posting like professional porn. It was like people posting stuff of other people. That was normal. Or it's like, oh, I hate this person. I'm going to create a website about this person
and dox them and dox them. Yeah, exactly. Put them out of black.
But nowadays you could go to jail
for that. Yeah, it's crazy how much it's forgot what I heard it from, but I think I heard that every advancement in technology or in entertainment technology has always been thanks to that industry, because they were the first ones to focus on VHS tapes, if I'm remembering the story correctly. And then because that big battle between beta and VHS, they focused on they decided to use VHS tapes. Then VHS became the standard. They were one of the first to put it out on DVDs, and then that's what pushed the popularity to the DVD. They were when they got on the wild west of the internet. Those were the early sites that were getting the most clicks, and it pushed the boundaries of technology. That industry, believe it or not, we probably wouldn't have the atomic bomb if it wasn't for that. but
no, I mean, and that's a good, interesting, side point. Because with VHS and the internet, specifically like technologies like that, audio visual, like the real demand, and when the internet first came out, I mean, one of the scary things about using the internet when I was a kid is it's like all the pop-ups before you had like real good spam blockers. Is you'd go on like any website and you'd be like, oh cool, Ninja Turtle toys, I'll click on this link.
Next thing you know, Pamela Anderson is in your face.
It would just be like an endless number of like pop-up windows.
Yeah, they would just go
and they wouldn't stop. You'd be like, oh shit, and you'd have to like shut off your monitor.
Yeah, you have to start. Yeah, that Windows 95, man, that sucked.
But I mean, but they knew. And the advertisers knew that like most people are on there looking for this stuff.
That's what.
So there's some way to make money off it, and so it's just like the most expensive part of any technology is like the first part of the infrastructure, right? So like if you're trying to introduce cars but you don't have roads, it's like you got to put a major investment in building roads for people to drive cars on. So like with VHS and the internet, it's like you got to build this infrastructure, and if you don't have the initial demand to help it. Help out, okay, we got this VHS thing, but nobody's buying the VHS players because there's not enough VHSs out there. If you get porn out there, it's like, we're gonna then all of a whole bunch of people dumping
what is it?
Tons of money
what did Jeff Goldblum say on Jurassic Park? Life finds a way.
So the internet, it's like the first really demand and like building popularity, testing out websites started with porn, because that's why most people were getting on it when it first came out.
They were getting on it to get off.
Well, and a lot of people were scared to use the internet when it first came out because they're like, it's just I'm gonna see bad stuff on there or what. It was kind of like the seedy thing when it first came out, and then it became more legitimized. But I mean, ultimately that seedy stuff, quote unquote, is where
this all originated from.
That's where the money came from to build it and make it better. And
this sounded like a political ad.
You need to invest in pornography.
I'm looking forward to this series because on the flip side of it, this is the whole thing about how it tore them apart, how it was embarrassing for them. I mean, she's a mother. I mean, like this is something. I mean, we knew what she was doing, prior to this and whatnot, but this was a complete violation. And a lot of the people that got off on it, that laughed at it and judged them and prejudged them on it, and I remember them going on tour and trying to put a positive spin on it. They did sue, and I don't know how it turned out. I got to look it up again I'll watch the show to find out. But this is gonna dive into like behind the scenes, like I can imagine like fights between because they did get divorced afterwards, and like the arguments were back and forth. People picking sides, blame game. I'm sure the pressure was, if I remember correctly, they were harder on Pamela than they were on him. He kind of, because he comes from the rock and roll background.
Who was they? The industry?
I mean, I'm just like people in general. Like people usually will judge the woman more. Because he was coming from, we were just talking about earlier about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. He comes from a rock and roll background, so he was gonna look like a boss coming off of this, and he kind of did play that. I remember he was in a lot of extra videos. He was in a lot of rap videos after this, if I remember correctly. Like his, they're like, damn, homie, you got it like that. So I want to see how. I'm interested in seeing what Sebastian Stan does to this one. I'm gonna watch. If it's out on Hulu, I'm gonna go check it out. Maybe I'll fire it up tonight.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I didn't even know it was out. So thank you, Chris, for introducing me.
And if you guys go check it out, we'll do like a review on it and share your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking about this series. If you've already started seeing it, man, let us know if you think it's good. Give us a thumbs up on it, or what kind of what's that eggplant emoji? If it made it move, if it made it twitch, give us an eggplant emoji.
Eggplant emoji. Very appropriate.
Yes. But before we let you guys go, yeah, exactly. Before we let you guys go, we're gonna want to remind you guys that the movie Ghostbusters Afterlife. That was a weird segue, right? Speaking of internet porn and sex, drugs, and rock and roll, let's talk about Ghostbusters. This family friendly movie.
No boobies. You will see no boobies.
I mean, Slimer's got a little.
You'll see boobies.
Yeah, good one.
That joke.
That was
boobies.
Ghostbusters Afterlife is out. I'm gonna go see this one. I can't wait to see it. I've been waiting for. I think this is that movie that what's the name man who plays Ray? I forgot his name. One of the producers.
Like in the original.
What's his name? Ray.
I don't know.
There he is, right there. There he is, right there.
He's a taller, skinnier guy.
Yeah, he's. But I remember he said that if he ever did another Ghostbusters movie, he wanted it to be like hell on earth. Like it was supposed to be big, like his really dark. Like his idea that he had originally for a sequel in the late '90s was going to be like he said he wanted to be hell on earth, and he's been trying to do this for a long time. And I'm hoping this is
look dark though at all. It doesn't. I mean, the lead character.
It looks darker than part 2. But it looks like it's in the vein of part 1. But it definitely, to me, just the trailers alone.
Part 2 with Vigo was
yes. Vigo was so weak. That was such a fans.
No, but that was like for that time that was pretty dark, you know.
Well, yeah, going after a baby, that was dark.
But I mean,
but the Statue of Liberty coming to life, walking down the street, and your love is lifting me. Come on, that one. Yeah. In comparison to Dozer, that goth looking red eyed. Oh man, like with the bubble outfit and just standing there like a boss. Are you a god? I'm like, come on, like Vigo could suck it compared to Dozer.
My favorite guy in that movie was the librarian. It was Vigo's like he gets in that little pentagram circle or whatever it is, and he's like laying on his side. He's like, so
that's my favorite part.
If I give you the baby,
can I have the woman?
Baby.
What was it? So be it. She will be mother to me and wife to you. He's like, thank you, Lord. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I shit on the second one a lot because I used to love it when I was a kid, but in comparison, I shit on it a lot. But I quote the second one way more than I quote the first one a lot, but the second one is way more. My favorite part of that movie, it does involve him, was the beginning before he got possessed, when he was showing how creepy he was. When everybody they worked in a museum, I think they were restoring old paintings that needed to be touched up, and that's what she was doing. He was trying to like, I don't know, like direct and give his authority off. It's like he walks. All he does is there's this woman who was just doing her job painting, and he just walks up to her like an asshole, and she just says, "Everything that you are doing is bad. I want you to know this." And he just walks away. I can't stop laughing at that. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? And before he was even possessed, he was a total douchebag. But I loved him. Everything that he did was funny. He's like, dude, what's that accent from? Where are you from? The Upper West Side. What the like everything he did was funny.
I want to know. Because I don't think I've seen him in anything else. I'm like,
dude, he's been in a lot of stuff, dude. You have seen him, but
what else has he been in?
I can pull up real quick and let's see, and then we'll talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I'm like, what does he really act like in real life? Like how?
He's a regular dude. Like currently,
so that accent is completely made up. He doesn't talk.
He's an American. He's Ghostbusters 2 cast. Peter McNichol. He's been in. Let's pull it up. He's been in Ally McBeal. He's been in. He was in Sophie's Choice. Okay, let me see if this is.
Two of my favorite shows.
Let's see. He was in Ally McBeal, Sophie's Choice, Mr. Bean, Ghostbusters 2, Dragon Slayer, Dracula, Dead and Loving It, Numbers TV show. He was in the Addams Family. It was in the Addams Family. Remember when they went? Maybe the second one when they went to camp. He was one of the camp counselor guys.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, he was that dude.
But he was still kind of a goofy, nerdy.
Mostly a background character for the most part.
That was a good
Boston Legal.
That's an underrated movie right there. Is that Addams Family with the they burned down the village for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that TV show that I liked. All Rise. He was a judge in that. He did some voice work in the Justice League. I got to see which one but. Vigo, he didn't play Vigo. He played Dr. Janos, so I don't know on Ghostbusters, but he stole the show. He was, as much as I don't like it in comparison to the first one, he stole the movie. But I'm looking forward.
Him and Bill Murray were like the two driving parts. Like when I watch it, I'm watching for those two. I'm watching for him and Bill Murray.
For that, for the second one, yeah. But for the third movie, I'm interested. I mean, it takes place years after because the passing of the man who played the guy on the far right, the man who played Egon. as a Harold Ramis. He's passed away in real life, and they acknowledge that in this third movie. So this is like the torch is being passed on to his grandchildren. From what I understand, he went out to this town because that was the next place that the main villain. Remember that the main villain of the first movie, the guy who they talked about who created that apartment that all the crap was happening in. That guy, those Doja worshippers.
Okay.
They mentioned it in the first movie. He had a cult following and a system in place, and New York wasn't the only place he was setting shops up. And Egon tracked it down to that town. This is why it takes place in a rural town out there in the middle of nowhere, right? And that's what he was investigating, and I guess the torch gets passed on to his family, but it's back to the original villains again, and it reminds me of the Scream movies, like the third Scream movie. They always say every trilogy there's always a callback to the original on most trilogies, and it's true again in this case. So I'm hoping we get Dozer back. I'm hoping we get. I see one in the trailer. We got Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'm gonna go check it out tomorrow in the theaters. Actually, what about you? You think you're gonna wait for it to come out, or you're gonna watch it in the theater? What do you think? Is this a movie you might break a ticket for?
Very few movies in the theater now. Just like when you got a nice home setup.
I don't care how good your setup is. It's nothing compared to IMAX. Get the hell out of here.
No, I mean, it's the convenience of being able to. Watch it at home and pause it and eat something, I think is the thing for me. But I'll definitely be watching it. Probably not in theaters. But I don't think it'll be as dark. You were saying a dark version.
I mean, it's
Paul Rudd's the main guy, right?
Paul, the sexiest man alive, baby.
But he's not. He doesn't do anything. I've never seen him anything dark. And then you got kids. So it's like following the kids. It's gonna be a family friendly kid movie.
Hey, I don't know if you ever watched the Ghostbusters cartoon. The scariest episodes of that old cartoon dealt with when they fought against the boogeyman, and that was heavy kid. That episode, and it was about two kids that were being terrorized by the boogeyman, and the kids turned out to be the heroes, and they were the ones that helped and saved the day at the end. Don't underestimate what these kids can do. I'm pretty sure that I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but that same dog that almost killed Rick Moranis, that possessed Rick Moranis in the first movie, that thing in the trailer was chasing the hell out of Paul Rudd. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be dark. Like all the villains from part one. I think they're back. And you know how scary they were in the original. I don't know. I feel like the original was a good balance between comedy and horror. I think they did a good job with that. And I'm hoping that they bring that back. But maybe you're right. Maybe they'll tilt it more comedy. But I'm hoping.
I think I'm predicting it's going to be more comedy. I mean, they're going to have the amazing CGI. They're going to bring back all this stuff. It's going to be cool and action packed, but I think it's going to be more comedy and less like real scary. Like they'll have suspense, but not like scary suspense. I
always thought that if they would ever do a sequel, or maybe if they do a continuation, I would love to see them do that boogeyman story. That freaked me out, man, when I was a kid. The way that old character, I recently showed my kids that old episode, and it brought all those feelings back. I had legit nightmares about that cartoon. The way he talked just freaked me out when he saw Egon, and Egon remembered when he was a kid, and he was tortured by that. I remember you. I was like, what the fuck? This is a cartoon? Dude, so.
No, I mean, back in the day, we were talking about the Wild West of the
internet.
We had the Wild West of the cartoon.
That was the 80s, baby. There was no rules.
That's why it turned out so well.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
so
all
strong.
well rounded.
Yeah, they were crazy. Well, guys, that's the show. I know we've hit the hour mark. I know you gotta call it and get to bed real quick. I know I gotta go run some errands and take care of some things. Guys, I appreciate you guys who stayed out there and watched with us. Hey, what's going on, Bill M saying hi in the chat. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys for watching. Guys, remember, if you guys ever have any questions, comments, concerns, always remember, feel free, put it in the box, as I always say, and let us know your thoughts at all time. I minimized that thing, but it's still showing up on the thing. There we go. It disappeared real quick. Guys, if you want to catch the show on podcast form, you can catch this episode and every other episode that we do weekly. You can catch it on your podcast of choice, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. Check us out on YouTube, live streaming here on Twitch and Facebook as well. And coming soon, hopefully, we'll be able to stream live on TikTok, And we are also looking to stream live on Roku, so look out for that. But thanks again to my friend Jameson. If you want to let them know where they can find you online and plug your business so they can hire you for those awesome photos, man.
Yeah.
Those secret internet photos.
Secret internet, yeah.
Well, let them know where they can find you online.
My backdoor deals. No, Jameson Everett Portraits down there below, and Jameson Everett Art. And then I have a YouTube channel, Infamous Maximus.
Awesome.
Yeah, any of those works.
Outstanding, guys. And appreciate it once again. And until next time, hey, have a good one.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. Turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy